Welcome to Deep Thought, the truth about soulmates. You know what? I was on my Instagram feed and I saw an interesting quote, and I'll give it to you now. It said, "People think a soulmate is your perfect fit, and that's what everyone wants. But a true soulmate is a mirror, the person who shows you everything that is holding you back, the person who brings you to your own attention so you can change your life." And that quote's by Elizabeth Gilbert. And you know what? I was really thinking about that, right? Because you have so many people, especially people into more spiritual circles and stuff like that. Even some people who really not as orthodox. You know, people come out here and they think once they get that like right mate, everything will be okay. And it'll just be a happy person who will accept them all their flaws. You know, they got all this stuff going on. They got bad attitude. They don't fix themselves up. They really ain't good to be around. But there's that one person who's just going to accept all that negative stuff. And that's the perfect person, right? You know, as you are, so to speak, right? That's some bullshit. You know what? Because a true soulmate is there to help you evolve. That's what the soulmate is for. Relationships are about evolution. That's how people evolve, because they interact with other people. That's where you learn the lessons. That's where you learn how to develop your willpower. Because you have some people, you know, they're on earth to really learn how to develop, you know, can take control of their appetites. And one of the most powerful appetites is sex. So you might have some people, you know, in order to evolve, they might have to be with that person who's going to, for whatever reason, cause them to check their sex drive, to be more calm and everything, right? That's one. But then you got that other person, you know, they might need to loosen up some more. So the person they're going to meet is going to open them up, you know? Some people might need to work on jealousy, so you're going to get that person who's going to cause you to confront those issues. See, the true soulmate, you know what? The soulmate is there. That soulmate is there to push you, to take you to another level. Now, it ain't always a bad thing. It can also be that person to, you know, they're going to walk with you. They're going to be, you know, a life partner to you, however you want to choose it. And, you know, it's important to understand that, you know, we're all here to grow. Our souls are here to evolve. So you need, and that person to do it. Because trust me, if you look at self-development, okay, I'm in the self-development field. People know I'm for relationships. More people will get into self-development more to get a mate than anything else. There's people out there in professions, many men making money, many women in these workshops and stuff to get a mate. So it causes you to do so. It's a catalyst. So that soulmate is that catalyst to help you to grow. Now, yeah, people have that romantic notion. Yeah, that's cute, but it's not realistic because somebody might not grow. You know, that person who put up with your bullshit, you know, that might not be the person for you. Some people look for a yes person, or, you know, they'll say they gotta accept me as I am. No, you need that person. You need that person that's going to challenge you a bit. Like a elder who passed away once said, he said, sometimes the best way to love somebody is to curse them out. Sometimes you gotta let them know. Sometimes they need that. Sometimes a woman. You got a lot many women who didn't connect with their fathers, or they didn't do something. It could be a situation where they needed that male there. So, you know, a soulmate will come into their lives and be that male who's there, who doesn't abandon them. And then you have some other ones, you know, they might have had a father in their life or something, and, you know, but the father was just let him do whatever. You might need that one dude who's going like, no, baby, you ain't going to do this, to put him in check. The same thing with some men. You got some men, The mothers might have just let them do whatever, but the woman they need is that woman who's going to say, nah, nah, you ain't doing all that. All right? And see, that leads to another thing about soulmates. There's no one single soulmate for a person. Let me say that again. There's no one single soulmate for a person. All right? Because people have this romantic notion, oh, there's just one special person for me. Honestly, yeah, several. You probably have, honestly, the average person now, one time I said 30. I said about 30 years ago. I would say now, just with more wisdom, learning more, people have literally thousands, maybe millions of people. Well, I say thousands, millions is pushing it, but maybe thousands of people who could be a soulmate to them. You know, they can help them to grow. And just keep in mind, a soulmate, that's just a person. It's not even a romantic thing. It shouldn't even be seen as a romantic thing. You know? It could be. It's just that person that to help you grow. It could be a parent. It could be a best friend. I have a very good friend. She say her soulmate is her best friend. You know, the woman's married and she definitely likes men, but she say her soulmate is her best friend. Because her best friend brings something out in her. And they, you know, it could be anybody. And also, too, a soulmate is not a permanent thing. Sometimes people just need to come in just for that lesson. There's some people just a season. You know, they come in, you learn what you need to learn, then you move on. You know, you can help them to grow and everything. All right? That's the key. But then you have some people that are there for a long time. And, you know, I do believe there's some people who could be a permanent mate. You know, despite all this talk out here about polyamory and all of that, they could be somebody who could be a permanent mate. Don't necessarily mean they need to get married, but they just going to be in each other's lives. And they just going to help each other grow. You know? But you have different types. I mean, indeed, somebody could have several soulmates working at the same time, each one bringing them something different, because the whole purpose is to help your soul to evolve. So they might bring out something different. You might have that one soulmate, y'all just business partners, right? Then you got the other one, shoot, you just there, they just there to bring out your sexual nature. Then you might have another one, they there to help you like tame your sexual nature, you know? And it could be age, and you know, the sex part ain't even really in there sometimes. Sometimes it could be the older relative, it could be that counselor, it could be whatever. And sometimes it's not even a good thing. It could be that person just there to piss you the fuck off. You know, that person you get in arguments, or that person because they challenge you, they make you rise up. Because sometimes you might get a person that, like, a big thing is you might get that person in your life and they just give you hell. I mean, they just give you hell and you can't figure out why. But then as you learn how to deal with them, you realize, wait a minute, I'm getting something from this. You know, sometimes that's what you need. You know, you might get that person who come in and then afterwards and stuff you look at, it's like, you know what? I'm kind of a better person after this. You know, I'm a better person. I learn how to deal with it. Then you deal, you know, because what happened is soulmates prepare you to deal with whatever your life mission is. So, yeah, you might get that one person who's just giving you some hell. It's like, dang, what's up with you? But then you look back at it later and you just like, you know what? I needed all of that. Right? You know, it might be that tough love parent or something. You don't think anything of it, but then it's like, boom. You know, it's, you know, I was telling my son the other day, because he got some habits he need to work on. And he was saying, well, they accept me at school no matter what. And I'm like, dude, don't think they laughing with you, dude. They could be laughing at you. Trust me on this. Trust me. It's a long-term thing. Because even growing up, you look at a lot of what your parents do or what they had you do, and yeah, at first you hate it at the time. But then you look back at it, and you're like, yeah. Like, I've known a lot of people, especially around my age, back when spankings were more prevalent. They look back at spankings like the best thing that ever happened. And I know people got different attitudes on it, but see, they looked at it like, you know what, they kept me out of trouble. That can't be that had me think on it. It's actually a metaphysical thing to it. I should do a video on that. It's actually a metaphysical thing to corporal punishment. Right? I know some people will be like, it is a point where people can take it to another level. But my point in relation to this podcast is sometimes it might look bad, but it might be a best thing. Your soulmate could be that person who's going to insist that you behave in a disciplined manner. That's the truth. They there to help you grow, and you got thousands, literally, potentially. Now, you might only meet a few in your life, but remember, they there for a purpose. Even the bad, some negative stuff, because I thought about, and that's just in general. You might encounter somebody, but they the catalyst for something. And I can think of times in my life had some negative experience with a person, because a person to help you to grow, they could literally just be in your life for a couple minutes. And I remember I had one thing, but then I look back at it, I was like, that was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me. Like, on the outside, it looked like a very negative thing, and it had with some very negative consequences, but it was just like, you know what? I needed that very thing to happen in order to grow. Like I said, it could be anything. A bad relationship could be a catalyst. Like I said, a bad relationship. Like that soulmate, sole purpose could be just to give you the experience of a bad relationship because you learn from it. And that's it. As far as, the romantic thing, there's definitely like soulmates for that. But other than that, nah. So anyway, right? Anyway, that's it for today. In fact, I'm gonna do something. On that, the corporal punishment thing, because it is some metaphysics behind it. It is going to be deep, controversial, but deep. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.